Okay, so for fluency it says Tiffany catches a fish that weighs 12 3/10 pounds. Okay, so it's Tiffany's fish. Frank catches a fish that weighs 2.5 times as much as Tiffany's fish. We want to know how many pounds does Frank fish weigh? So your key word here is times, because his fish is 2.5 times the amount of Tiffany's fish. So we know we are multiplying here. So if we're multiplying here, our first step that we have learned while multiplying decimals is to write it without the decimal points. So I'm going to start off by writing my number without the decimal point. Oops, what am I doing? Without the decimal point. See, even sometimes I have a brain moment. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then you're lining up the digits based off their place values if they were whole numbers, so that 2 is in the tens, and the 5 is in the ones. And then I'm going to begin to multiply. Put my times sign. And I begin to multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. So I put my 5. Bring up my 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Okay, so now that I'm done with the 5 in the ones place, I have a digit in the tens place, so that means that I need to add another row. Another number means we add another row. So we cross off the 5 and we place a 0 in our ones place so we can stay in line with our tens place value. So now we have to do 2 times 3, which is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. And then I have to add my products up. So I begin by adding my products up. So I have 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 1, 7. 4 plus 6 is 10, so I put my 0. Bring up my 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. Now if I'm looking here at my number that I've got as my product, I technically got 3,075. However, my decimal point is a whole number, so I know it's after the number. But when we're multiplying decimals, we got to go back into that problem and count how many numbers are behind the decimal point. So I have a 3, and I'm going to highlight that green, and I have a 2, and I'm going to highlight that green. So that tells me in my green bubble, I have 2 green numbers, so I put a 2 in my bubble. So that means I have to swoop my decimal to the left 2 place values. Swoop once, swoop twice. Okay, so my answer now is I'm going to add a text box here for you. You're going to say, how many pounds does Frank's fish weigh? 30 7/75 pounds. Okay, I'm going to type that in your box as your answer, and that is fluency for today.